music. He's like love, 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 and music. La la la, love, 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 and music. Love, love.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner. It is 2:43. I got my scarf on. I got my lipstick on, but because it's so late, it is like Sunday morning, basically. I'm just going to leave my scarf on because I'm going to bed when I cut this thing off. So, don't be judging me, okay? Y'all know how sometimes I just have to, just be myself or whatever. This review is late because Mirror's Boot Camp came on Friday. And I was busy putting up clothes all day today. I'm trying to get my closets together and stuff or whatever. So this is a new lipstick. Okay, I think I tried it on when I went live, Friday. So this color is called Wolf. It is Kat Von D. Why do I feel like the camera is crooked or something? It's from Kat Von D. I got it from Sephora. I do love it. It's a very cute color, so I do love it. But yeah, I got it from Sephora. I got like 8 colors Friday. I'm getting 8 more tomorrow, so y'all gonna be seeing some new colors. If y'all did see, I had on that blue color, baby, that did not work out right. We got that. We got all that done together. Okay, that's how that last started because I didn't like that damn blue lipstick. But I'm gonna try it with something. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get it together, but I won't be having it on here. I'll probably wear it out somewhere in these streets and be popping. So excuse me, Mirror's Boot Camp reality stars. I'm happy it's coming to a close. The season finale is next week. I mean, it's just too much going on with these crazy people. You know, the episode starts off and we see that Matt is completely over the show. He like, I'm ready to go. He had to sleep on the couch that night, the night before. So he woke up on the couch because him and Amber beefed out. But I think we all know that him and Amber don't need to be together. They ain't together now. So I don't really care too much about it. But, you know, he's saying like the relationship is over. He's done. And I'm like, okay. Now everyone's saying how it's suspect because he's saying this. It's because, today is, hope my mic isn't messed up. Today is lie detector test day. So like, is he only going home because it's lie detector test day? Look, my thing is he could have went home before, and we know that he took a lie detector test when he was on Teen Mom. So, it's not like he hasn't been on there before, but whatever. He tells the producers, like, this place is not safe for me. Amber's crazy. She's always up in my face. I've woken up before, her punching me in the face and stuff. All of these things. And they then say, well, if you feel that way and if you think it's not a safe environment and you're over it, that's fine. We'll have you go talk to the doctor. So he goes up and talks to Dr. H and Dr. V. And, he says Amber tries to play victim. No, Amber said that he's trying to play the role of victim. I don't know because when she said the night before was something like, you say things to make people feel sorry for you. I think he didn't like how she said that in regards to him admitting that he was raped as a child. And, it made him feel some kind of way. And he said he felt like, she don't care about him. And he literally said it made me feel like a second grader getting like fucked in the ass. Now, I thought that was very vulgar to say. However, that's his truth. That's his past. And he should say that's what it made him feel. And it was what it was. The doctor's telling him how, at times when Amber's pissed off, he just kind of egg on the situation. He doesn't kind of try to resolve anything. I think him and Amber do the same thing. But my thing is, for the fact that the doctors know they don't make a good couple. The doctors know they should not be together, but they trying to make good TV. So they're trying to convince him to stay to get more good TV. Because any other doctor, when one person's coming and saying, I'm over this, you know, she's violent, she's this, I'm waking up to this and this and this, I'm over it. For you to try to convince him to stay for any reason, especially when it's only 2 days left, who gives a fuck if he leaves? So, like, why are y'all, you know, trying to talk to him as if he should really, really stay? I'm like, that's just kind of crazy. They again talking about, you know, because there's a lot of detector today, is that why he want to leave? You know, him saying how he already took one. You know, they do say to him, like, well, if you already made a decision, that's fine. And he did. But my thing is, what kind of aggravated me was the show is about the people come on the show to make a decision if they should stay, if they should go, if they want to work, whatever. That's the whole point of the show. If he's been there for 8-9 days and he's made his decision, and now it's to the point where they always fussing and fighting and arguing about to come to blows, why wouldn't you tell him to leave? Huh? Why not? Because you want to make a good show. But I was like, whatever. Because I'm like, and then, you know, as he's talking, they're showing all the they only been there 8-9 days. The amount of footage they had of them arguing for those couple days was fucking insane. I wouldn't have wanted to be in that dang old house, you know. And he say, look, yeah, I do want to go home, I made my decision, it's over, I'm done with it. The doctor's talking about him leaving this crock of bullshit. He don't want to take the lie detector test. At this point, the lie detector tests don't even matter. They not made to be together. So whether he lying about A, B, C, D, E, or F, or G, or whatever, who cares? They not a good couple. They are toxic to each other. So you gonna then have them take a lie detector test, figure out one of them lying, and make them fight again? What sense does that fucking make? It kind of aggravated my soul. So, you know, they said, well, okay, since you don't feel safe, we'll also have security, like, walk you out just in case. Because let's be honest, Amber's a goddamn Tasmanian devil. She's crazy. And my thing is, for her, and the weird thing about Amber is, for Amber to say how much Matt beat her ass, she don't be calm. She don't stop, and she's not scared to get her ass beat because she's always up in his face. So my thing is, typically, keyword typically, and I can speak of this because I've survived domestic abuse or whatever. Typically, if you're a person, because as Amber had been saying, he be beating my ass, he be beating me. Usually when a woman is being beaten, they don't get up in their abuser's face like that. They don't do that. Amber and Matt beat up each other, but Amber talks about it as if he beats my ass and I just live with it. No, girl, you don't. Because if he was really beating your ass the way you say he was beating your ass, again, you would not be in his face telling him how you gonna fuck him up. Because that ain't how abuse victims work. That's not how it works. It's really not. When you do that, that's the thing of you beat his ass, he beat your ass, and they neither one of y'all better than the other person. So you can't keep making it seem as if he's a bad person. So, you know, he wants to leave or whatever. He go pack his stuff. You know, he doesn't say bye to Amber and the mom. He says bye to everybody else. Like, you know, I'm leaving, I'm done. Again, they're like, why wouldn't he go talk to her? You know, that's crazy. He's a piece of shit this, he's a piece of shit that. Who cares? Amber is told, I think by like Renee, that he's leaving, which makes her go outside to his car. We in the car. Now they got security out there. He's in the car. You're leaving? You're leaving on lie detector test day? Is it because you won't pass the test? He's like, no. He's like, you know, we're done. I'm just leaving or whatever. Amber in his face. So security like, you know what I'm saying, ma'am, back away from the car. She says to security, I ain't doing shit. And she looks. Amber does not act like a typical abuse victim, and I mean that in the aspect of she ain't scared of shit because the right person ain't knocked her ass out. Okay, I'm gonna say that, and I don't mean a man. I mean I want her. For a moment, I wanted Chrissy to get in that ass. I wanted Chrissy to knock her down the side because she goes at men on camera who won't hit her back. Because remember when she was hitting up on Gary all them years ago, Gary never hit her back. It seems like Matt must have been hitting her back because she said he was abusive, but she still don't back down. The right person ain't beat her ass yet. she need to come to Detroit and get old Detroit ass whipping. That's what she needs. She's big balled and bad to people who ain't gonna check her ass, and that's what aggravates me about Amber, because the security saying, man, and he was respect, ma'am, step away from the car, and it was because they like, it's security here for a reason. So the way she even responded to the security and looked at him like, I'll fuck you up too. Okay, well somebody need to fuck her up. It's that simple. It's that simple. I'm a firm believer in you do not put your hands on a man. You also do not put yourself in a situation where you are provoking a man, or you're putting your hands on a man and you get mad if he hits you back. You can't do that. I don't give a fuck. That's my thought process. Anywho, you know, he pulls off or whatever, and you know, she's talking about how he's a piece of shit. You know, how he's the reason for the issues. He won't admit this. He won't admit that. You know, he beats the fuck out of me. All this. He beat my ass plenty of times. If he beat your ass plenty of times, I said this before. If he beat your ass plenty of times, if he's stolen money from you, if he's cheat, or all these things he's done, why do you want him to stay? Stay for what? Because if he takes a lie detector test and he lying, what does that prove? If somebody beating my ass on a regular basis, I don't care about a lie detector test. I don't. What does it matter? It ain't gonna stop him from beating you up. It won't prevent the previous beatings from happening. You know what I'm saying? It's stupid. You know, he a bitch and he ain't shit. All these things. You know what I'm saying? And the doctor, like, you know, we feel like he ran from the lie detector test. That's why Amber act the way she do, because people encourage the bullshit. What y'all should have told her ass was, the fact that you're saying that he's all these things, you shouldn't care that he's gone. You should focus on you and your mom getting better. But I feel like that's still a crack of bullshit, because y'all been there for 8 days and they ain't focused on them too. So what can they fix in 2 days? Not a goddamn gone thing. Look, Dr. H, Dr. V need to be fired. Okay? They need to hire me. Okay? Get me on the goddamn gone show. I get their asses in order. It was just stupid. We see them all giving their questions that they want to ask other persons. You know, Brandi want to ask her dad if he sold drugs. He wants to ask her if she was ever an escort. Amber wants to ask her mom if she gambled with her money. Her mom then said she forgot her goddamn question. Why? Because her mom is high. Okay, her mother is high. You can't tell me any different. Her mother takes pills and she's inebriated. The doctors then come up with a question for her, and the question is, was Matt ever abusive? I think that's a bullshit question, for the simple fact Matt admitted he was abusive. Matt admitted that he has put his hands, he did put his hands on Amber. He admitted that. The question should have been, Amber, did you ever put your hands on Matt? Did you ever abuse Matt the way you abused Gary? That should have been the question. To ask her if Matt ever abused her, I felt was a cop-out, when we literally saw him admit to putting his hands on her when they were in the damn baby crib in the room, and he said it. The fuck? What he did say was, but you put your hands on me too, and she denied that. The question should have been, Amber, did you also hit Gary? I mean, did you also hit Matt? That could have been the question. But dang, it was stupid if you ask me. Chrissy want to ask Jim Jones if he will work on his anger even after the show. She wants to ask Mama Jones if she really wants her and Jimmy to be together. Mama Jones wants to ask Chrissy if she's ashamed of their family. Jim wants to ask Chrissy if he works on his attitude, will she come home? I'm confused, because I thought Jim and Chrissy was together living with each other in Miami. We gonna talk about that in a minute. I'm gonna leave it alone for a second. Renee wants to ask her sisters if they believe her ex beat her. Who gives a fuck? Some of these questions is some bullshit. Fully some bullshit. I could have swore they said 2 episodes ago that they wasn't gonna deal with her ex who abused her, and her sisters believed him. I thought they got past that shit. What are you still asking that stuff for? I'm like, girl, it's like a piece of string on my shirt to keep getting on my leg, keep making my leg itch. It was dumb. You know, the sisters asking if Renee loves Jen more than Lana as a sister because Jen makes her money. I want to know how Jen makes her money. I mean, is Renee a pimp? I mean, how does Jen? I don't know. Who knows? But then Lana says she's not gonna take the lie detector test because she was raised to never answer questions if your lawyer isn't present. I said, bitch, they ain't not asking you no criminal questions, girl. What? I was like, bitch, what? I was like, what did you? She was adamant. I was the way I was raised, and the doctor was like, "But your sister's taking the exact same test. You can." And she's like, "No, I just can't do that." Lana is Girl, bye. I was like, you so the questions that they was asking the sisters was basic as hell. Can't nobody go to jail for nothing they asking, nothing at all. And so why do you need a lawyer present if someone's asking you if you think your sister boyfriend beat her up back in the day? Cause whether you say yes or no, it don't get nobody arrested. And then the person who should be concerned the ones who should be worried about answering questions is Brandi and her daddy, because they asked her daddy, he was a damn drug dealer, and they asked her, she was a prostitute. Okay, let's be clear. So yeah, during the little test or whatever, you know, they asked everybody different tests, and they were talking to Amber's mom, and they was asking her like how many pills she took, because you know when you take a lie detector test, as I've learned from watching different TV shows, they do ask you if you've had any drugs or alcohol, because if you do, it will alter the test. It won't be like a conclusive answer or whatever. So she was like, I've taken, you know, like I have like 3 or 4 pills, and they're like, well, how much, you know, liquor or wine have you had? Oh, about 2 glasses. Bitch, you lit. It's lit. She lit. And they like, you drunk and high at the same goddamn time, and you don't even know it. Man, look, it was just so I was cracking up laughing. It was the craziest thing ever. They also was asking Brandi daddy his questions, and when they asked him his questions, he was like, well, you know, I was paid. I never sold drugs. I never sold weed. I grew it. You know, I grew marijuana, and then I was paid for growing it. I said, bruh, if you grew weed and then someone came and got the weed you grew and you sold it to them, you were a drug dealer. Plain and simple. You used to be a drug dealer. I'm pretty sure back in them days, there was a lot of people who was a drug dealer who, way back, it was just so stupid. I was like, that was the funniest shit ever. It was a weird issue with Chrissy and Jim. I'm not sure what really happened, because it was something like Chrissy. No, it was like Brandi was saying. No, it was Brandi and Chrissy, Brandi and Jim. Brandi was saying something. She was just talking loud a little bit or whatever, and I don't think Jimmy liked it. And it seemed as if because he was aggravated, Chrissy was talking, he wasn't talking back to Chrissy either. He was just staying silent. Some people, when they're aggravated, they just don't talk to nobody. It's crazy. Should he have said something back to Chrissy? Absolutely. But he didn't, which made Brandi say something, and it kind of got him pissed off or whatever. I was confused, because then he then said, you know, your friend got a smart mouth, and she needs to mind her own business. And Chrissy was like, but you ignored me. And he just kind of walked away and went outside or whatever. And we see Brandi saying how, you know, well, someone needs to call him on this shit because he be ignoring Chrissy. And my thing is, Brandi, who the fuck are you? Look, Chrissy is not your friend, homie. Y'all was not gonna hang out after the show. Y'all been in this house 8-9 days. You just somebody there who's to entertain people. Okay, nothing gonna come from this show at all. You not gonna be on the Jim and Chrissy show. They not gonna invite you to Miami. None of that stuff. Just leave it be, girl. You cannot. You just move the fuck on. Jimmy outside, he didn't call mommy out there, and Chrissy, and okay, my head hot, y'all, I'm sorry. He calls them both. I say, yeah, my hair's still wet. He calls them outside, and he was saying, you know, how what was she saying? I'm sorry. Oh, he was saying how he needs to check his attitude, and he know that sometimes he do things wrong, and he feel bad when he do things wrong, but he know he needs to change. He then said to Mama Jones, he was like, you know what I'm saying, you don't know the ins and outs of me and Chrissy's relationship. Some things you just don't know. Chrissy would never disrespect you, and you know you need to believe that. He then said, you know, Chrissy going to Miami had nothing at all to do with the family. Like it's not that at all. He was like, it was about me, my attitude, some things I did, and some other things. Chrissy then said, Mama Jones, she's like, you know, I don't tell you everything either. And I think Mama Jones assumed if they had issues, one of them would tell her. So because they didn't tell her certain things, she assumed certain things, and they just kind of ran with it. So, you know, she says, you know, I don't tell you everything. He's done some things that made me question our situation in my life with him. And, you know what I'm saying, I had to make some decisions. So that's why she moved to Miami. She says how, you know, he made some mistakes, but she's still with him because he's a good guy and he's just not perfect. I said what she meant was Jimmy out here fucking around. It's plain and simple. I don't think he beating her. I don't think it's that. I think Jimmy out here being Jimmy, out there slanging that cock to other people or whatever. He giving it away to people. She found out he out here being foul and reckless in these streets. And she was like, okay, maybe I shouldn't be with him. It's a reason Chrissy and Jimmy ain't married. It's because this fairy tale, oh, we love each other, we just hood, Bonnie and Clyde, that's not the truth. And he does things, and she probably do things too as well. But I think she said in the earlier episode how they have taken breaks over the years. Because he ain't the good guy. Well, we know he ain't the good guy. You know, Jimmy is Jimmy. You know, if you are a fan of him, if you remember the Dipset days, you know, all he has a reputation for different things. So, but she know that. So I think she said, before I moved to Miami, some things happened. Before she moved to Miami, his ass was cheating. And so she left. But the weird thing about it is they're having this conversation out on the patio. None of this stuff has been discussed at all with them being in the house. So none of it. How y'all in the house to discuss y'all getting into a better place and y'all won't even talk about the fact that he's fucked up. And that's the real reason you moved to Miami. That's the real reason you left. That's the reason y'all own the damn show, because mommy mad that you moved. Y'all didn't think to bring it up. So again, the same way I felt like Brandi, her daddy, was on fake and fugazi shit. Now I feel like so was Chrissy, Jimmy, and Mama. They were. Because y'all didn't talk about shit the whole season. It was all some superficial stuff that ain't had nothing to do with what really happened. I was kind of pissed off about it. It was just stupid. So, we then see Amber and Brandi having a conversation too. And, you know, Amber was saying how at times Matt used to make her feel like a piece of shit. Then 30 minutes later, he makes her feel like the best thing in the world. Like any other dude. Typical. I think the difference is Amber rarely would say anything positive about Matt. It's always wrapped up into a negative with him. So it makes you question, if he's so bad, then why you stay with him? And I think that's the issue that people have. So, you know, when Brandi was like, but, you know, she's like, oh, that's true. You know, I know he's not a good guy sometimes, but sometimes he is. She was like, but you're not the victim. I was like, bitch, what? When she said it, I gagged, because Amber likes to play victim and say she doesn't. When Amber says things like, my mom was out doing this and this and this, Matt be doing this and this, it's a way to project. People have done things to me and I'm the victim of it. Even though she's not using the words, I'm the victim, she's saying I'm the victim of their issues. I'm a victim of Matt beating on me. I'm a victim of my mom not being around when I was a kid, and so I'm this crazy adult or whatever. She does play victim to things, and she uses that to her advantage to kind of it's an excuse for her bad behavior. Well, yeah, I'm cussing Matt out because he beat me. I can say my mom is a piece of shit because she left me when I was a kid. So she has this bad behavior that she does, and she uses what other has done to her as a reason where she's okay she's being rewarded for her bad behavior, and it was fucking bullshit. Amber, of course, get pissed off saying she's never played the victim. Bitch, bullshit. As I just said, you play victim all the goddamn time. You just don't use the worst victim. She then goes into all this other shit saying, you know what I'm saying, I don't have to show my titties to make money. I don't live this fake life like you do. I make money helping people. Bitch, who you help? Who need help from Amber Portwood? If you need help from Amber Portwood, you need Jesus more than anything else. My thing is, when Amber first came home from when she first came home, I can't say that. Amber's only way to help other people is to show She had a kid when she was young, and only because she on this TV show is she able to make money. Amber would not survive in the real world if she had to get a real goddamn on job. No one will put up with her. She would not be able to say, I don't feel good because I got off my bipolar medication, so I'm just not going to do anything for like 2 months. She can't do that. She would not survive in the real world. The only reason that Amber is surviving is because she's on a fucking TV show, and the only way she's on a fucking TV show is because she's a fucking train wreck. But yeah, anywho, girl, bye. We see the doctors talking about the test a little bit. You know what I'm saying? They bring up how, Guy said he did not sell weed. He was just paid to grow it. I laughed again at that. They bring up how Amber mom looked high during her testing, and how the one dude said, like, if I was, if I pulled her over, I would arrest her for being under the influence. Like, she's definitely, under the influence of something. You think she been slurring her speech for days? She been under the influence of something. She's clearly high, and it is what it is. They do go talk to her a little bit, and she kind of denies the whole drug. Oh, this isn't a drug issue. I'm supposed to take 4 pills a day. I took 3 already. You told the other man you took 4, and you had some wine. So you mix some stuff that you're not supposed to mix. She does not want to admit she has any kind of drug problem, and for the whole time she's been on the show, she seemed high. And when you take medication as it's prescribed, because sometimes it's a thing of you can be prescribed to take 4 pills a day, but you're supposed to take 4 pills within 24 hours. If you take 4 pills within 6 hours, you're not taking your medication right. And anyone can see this whole season she's been under the influence or going through withdrawal from being under the influence. You can't tell them nothing different. They talked to Amber a little bit about her mom's issue with the drip pills or whatever, and she's like, I'm going to talk to her because I don't really want to say. I don't think that she has. She said, I don't want to call her an addict. I don't think she has like a real drug problem. But just a few episodes ago, you said because you're fucking high because you're on pills. So you just said that about her. What, 4 episodes ago? Miss me with the bullshit, Amber. Everyone on this show, this is a waste of a season, if you ask me, and it's kind of just a little bit frustrating. So, they get the results of the tests. Brandi admitted, her daddy admitted that he did sell drugs in his own little way. Brandi passed that she was not a paid escort. That don't mean she never not got paid for fucking somebody with money. There are ways. There are ways. Anywho, Jimmy passed and he was going to work on his attitude. Mama Joan passed and that she wants them to be together. Chrissy passed her part, saying, if Jimmy worked on his attitude, that she would move back to their home or whatever. But she said she would not move back to whatever house they have now because that house has too many bad memories, and they would have to start brand new somewhere else. I say that means they was up in the house fussing and fighting because he was fucking somebody, or she came home and found him in the house with somebody else. That's the only reason women will say it's too many bad memories in the house. It's because y'all was arguing, fussing, and fighting, and he did some foul shit in the house, and that's why she wants to move. So also Chrissy passed, saying that she was not ashamed of the family or whatever. Renee and Arthur's passed. Who cares? Amber passed her test, but the question that they should have asked Amber again was was you beating Matt? Not did Matt beat you? Whatever. The results for her mom was inconclusive, basically because the mama was high on the test. She was under the influence of drugs and liquor. So we won't know if what did she ask her mama? If she was gambling with the money. But she was. Girl, bye. Anyway. The end of the episode, it was Chrissy and Jim. I was weird. I'm sorry, y'all, my eyes itching. It was weird because in the kitchen, it seemed like Chrissy was getting at Jim in one way or another. You see her kind of talking a little bit loud to him. She's probably just messing with him or whatever. Or probably talking to him how she talked to him at the house, and he didn't like her doing that in front of other people, because you can see he looking at her like, why are you talking like that? You ain't listening to me? And I'm a firm believer in sometime in public you don't talk to your man the way you might talk to him in private. Like, if you sometime raise your voice at your dude in private, you may not do that in public because it can make him not want to react. You know what I'm saying? It's just weird. Like, and like a guy shouldn't do that to a lady in public. If you maybe raise your voice at the house, you don't do that in public. Or if y'all cuss at each other at the house, maybe don't do that in public because it just looks a certain way to other people. So I feel like Chrissy tried to like get at Jim in front of other people, and when he don't like it, he just don't respond. That's what it looks like to me. Brandi then like trying to check him and say, well, yeah, he has an attitude and he doesn't respond, he shouldn't do that, which again pissed Jimmy off because he like, one, you talking shit to me, and then it's making her talk shit to me too. I'm gonna walk away. So he walked away and went upstairs. You know, Chrissy is talking to Brandi now, saying how, you know, well, maybe he just felt like we were all drinking, it was a lot much or whatever, but you don't have to stand up to him for me. You know, I don't need you to do that for me. And then, so they're having that whole little conversation. So Brian, all right, whatever, fine. So, I don't know why, I'm so sorry, excuse me. I don't know why Brandi tries to think that she's the helper, like she needs to stand up for people and help Chrissy. Girl, them not your friends. It's just kind of crazy. So when Chrissy get upstairs to talk to Jim, she like, you know, you making me have to defend your attitude to other people, and he's like, but why are you talking to her about my attitude? Like, why? And I agree. I completely agree. Brandi's not the person I would suggest to talk to about Jimmy. It's just not. And you know, Chrissy's saying like, you know, you be disrespectful to me. What should you be disrespectful to me when I talk to you in front of other people, and when it makes you feel uncomfortable? And again, I think it's because she's talking to him about whatever, and he don't like it, and he don't want to talk about it in front of other people, and she just keeps talking, and it aggravates him, and that's what I call you're doing shit because other people are around. And that's what I felt like it was. And he just didn't like it, so he walked away. I think it was smart for him to walk away because it's better to walk away than you'll have a full-fledged argument. Now they're kind of arguing about it. You know, she's saying that she felt disrespected. He's saying, you know what I'm saying, we know, just leave me alone. And then, oh, you want me to leave you alone? I can do that. And he like, oh, you want to be funny? You want to be funny now? And then I'm like, whoa, come on now, what's going on? But again, I feel like I'm asking myself, this answer my question, y'all. Was Chrissy fucking with Jimmy to get a scene? And by that, what I mean is, when I say like Amber went out to the car to talk to Matt, she wanted a scene. She wanted a scene that would be shown on the TV because they may be a little bit boring. Was Chrissy fucking with Jimmy to get a scene? Because when he said, "You really, I'm asking you a question," I felt like he felt like, what you doing right now? Like, why you doing this? Why you making a scene? And she was just like, well, you know, we need some footage. That's what I felt it was. That she kept like trying to poke the bear a little bit to make things be interesting, because they kind of, honestly, they are boring. This to be truthful. And he like, you know, you trying to. He said he said you trying to start a fight to be funny, and I felt that too. Now I don't feel like he should ignore her when she's trying to have a conversation, but I also feel like she should not make him feel uncomfortable and around other people, because y'all are a unit. Y'all need to protect each other. And it was just a full-fledged mess. So, you know what I'm saying? He gets up, he walks out, and I'm like, look, at this point, we know they're together now. We know they still ain't married. We know who cares? Okay? Who cares? Put your comments below how y'all feel about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm done at this point. I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner. Peace.